Walked through the door.
Mm-hmm.
A lady went and said, "Oh my God, they ain't arrest you, they lock you up." I said, "Lock me out." Matter of fact, I left my credentials in there. I came in, I said, "Excuse me." I said, "Get up there and get my credentials. You holding international property under foreign law. That's a violation. Get it." And he broke both his legs. That clerk getting that. He got it to me. Then he went there, I left. Then he said, "Well, next time you come in here, you better have an attorney." I told my brother, "So what do you want you to do? He wants you to wait." That's the way.
Because as soon as he gets an attorney, they got jurisdiction.
He was gave jurisdiction. I said, "He wants you." I said, "What I did was I stopped him from operating the jurisdiction, and he could not. He could do nothing else.
Exactly.
But turn sideways."
Now, what is it that took place? You understood government. You exercised the power of what nationality is and does. Verily, what he just did and what the demonstration simply is what the Grand Chiefs are empowered for. That's why it says they're empowered to make law. And back to, again, where I start off the first time, concerning those courts. Article 3, Section 2. The judicial powers are extended in all cases in law and equity arising under this Constitution and the laws of the United States and treaties made or which shall be made under their authority to all cases affecting ambassadors, which you were acting as, other public ministers, which you were acting as, and consuls, C-O-N-S-U-L, and say counsel, C-O-N-S-U-L, consul, to all cases of admiralty and maritime jurisdiction. So they ain't getting away with the admiralty argument. So don't get this twisted. To controversies to which the United States shall be a party, to controversies between two or more states, between a state and a citizen of another state, between citizens of different states, between citizens of the same state claiming lands under grants of different states, and between a state or the citizens thereof and foreign states and citizens or subjects. So that same venue deals with diversity of nationality, doesn't it? And you came in your proper person dealing with a controversy that was set between citizens of different states that may be operating in the same state. Because state is not only the jurisdiction, it's also state of mind. Hold on.
That's right.
But then you must prove yourself in status, which you did. Now you're saying essentially to the judge, mine for yours. He didn't produce his. So your affidavit stands as law because it went unrebutted. So he had no jurisdictional person. He had no jurisdiction in subject matter, and he definitely don't have no territorial jurisdiction because his jurisdiction is a creation on paper. He's artificial. And the only citizenship power he has would be in a naturalized venue, which is only clothed. But you're the natural citizen of the land, which is the true sovereign. He can't claim a sovereignty superior to yours, nor an authority superior to yours. But you were charged to produce proof, and you did not fail in that evidence. Now, actually, he had no standing at law, but you came to his rescue. So you got an Article 4 pass, Article 4 of the treaty. So let's look at the treaty. Article 4 pass. Article 4, a signal or pass shall be given to all vessels belonging to both parties by which they are to be known when they meet at sea.
It was a sign, right?
Yeah.
Identity cause a sign.
Yeah.
It's a sign.
It's a sigil. Isn't it a sigil? Signal, symbol, sigils. All right, we ain't confused. All right. And sea don't just mean the water. And vessel don't just mean those boats. Township ain't in the water, but it's still a ship. Oh, come on. And if the commander of a ship of war of either party shall have other ships under his convoy, you brought him under your convoy. But if nobody spoke for him, he would have been had. The declaration, capitalized declaration, of the commander, now you're the commander, shall alone be sufficient to exempt any of them from examination. Now, isn't it also his responsibility to get on this boat and help you redeem him and others? Is it just your job to do? And if the Grand Sheiks refuse to do their job, does that incapacitate you to exercise your sovereign right? No, it does not. So do they own the birthright? No, they were just assigned the duty of exercising authority representing the nation. However, if they fail to do, there you go, is Article 9. So let's go to Amendment 9. Let's go to the Constitution. Amendment 9. The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. And you weren't confused.
We just talked about that, didn't we? Did we just talk about Article 9? Amendment 9, we just talked about that. 13 and 9, you haven't heard nothing about.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So the point of it is, you exercise the right. We have authority. My interest in this really is to make sure the common people understand this, because they keep getting in this mental of being subordinate to people with titles that are abusing their positions and thinking that they can't act if these people ain't doing their job. Not so. Again, let's look at this. Amendment 10. The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. And what you simply done is reclaim or reinstitute the sovereign political power. But your first instance had to do what? Let me see your identity. You had to prove in the law of evidence, and so what you were the same as you claim you were. And this is the damage what people do when they start getting this information and they say, yeah, well, Moorish national and such and such, Bay, etc. And they just start saying Freddie Jones.
Everybody probably know in Philadelphia, judge named Judge Pamela Cole, and they just did it. She's the president judge of Common Pleas in Washington.
Yeah.
My niece and kid's father had 3 felony cases. What's a felony? Insurance, the brakes in the what do they call it? The U-Haul truck went, and when they went.